Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Capricorn, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're having a very nice start to your new year. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The What We've Forgotten Oracle deck for the overall energy, and the Light Seers Tarot for your tarot reading today. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages, please, Spirit, do you have for Capricorn? You got number 53, which corresponds to the number 8 card of the major arcana of the tarot. That card is Strength, and it talks about a real mastery over our fears, our phobias, our inner nature to want to be defensive or self-protective to the detriment of our growth. And through the Strength card, we can overcome that fear. It's a Leo energy. And this card for you, however, is Ancestors. So related to the Strength card, I kind of see it as looking to your ancestors, your passed away loved ones, the legacy that has been kind of laid out before you in order to learn lessons, but also not repeat them. I feel like many of you that I'm talking to are the ones that are breaking generational cycles, generational traumas. That is a real thing, by the way. I know that, you know, especially if you are already interested in tarot and spirituality and how there are a lot of people talking about it in social media, and the reason why is because so many of us have become, myself included, become awakened, especially since the pandemic, right? Where during the pandemic, we had to look at the Strength card and our egos and our identity and everything that was wrapped up in that. And some people learned lessons and some people did not. But a lot of people became spiritual because they had to look within themselves, and all the things that helped to define their identity were being thrown out the window, right? For some people who got very, very ill, you know, who are you when you cannot function at your fullest capacity? For some who lost jobs, who are you without the identity of that job? For some who were separated from partners or friends, who were you without that constant external force that was informing your identity when you just had to sit with yourself, right? I don't know why I'm talking about the pandemic so much, but Spirit wants me to bring that up. Maybe that there are themes of that coming up in your life right now. But a lot of light workers came online in the matrix that we live in. A lot of light workers discovered themselves and discovered their unique gifts, skills, and abilities, their unique place and space in the world to be able to raise the vibration of humanity and help others to raise their own vibration. And everything that passed away loved ones and your ancestors and also ascended masters and spirit guides it's like they put out the groundwork for you, not so that you could repeat all the things that they had to learn, but so that you could thrive understanding all the things that they learned and where you came from. But generational trauma, that is a real thing. some, like the most, I don't know, I guess easy example of, to kind of elucidate this point would be like, if alcoholism runs in your family, right? A lot of it can be attributed to, you know, people would say to genetics, right? That we have genetic predispositions to addictive behavior, right? I am not qualified to talk about any of those things, but this is what I read, and this is what I've seen. But if your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, whatever, you grew up in a house full of alcohol, and you're the only sober one, or you're the only one that says, hey, like, do you, but I'm just going to be over here. And the pressure of that, it's very real. And so in that sense, if you're the outlier, you would be breaking with tradition. You would be breaking away from some delineated path for the people in your family that has been, you know, kind of dictated by behavior. That's a very, I mean, it's a very important example and yet kind of superficial to what I'm talking about, but you kind of see what I'm talking about. That there can be these cycles of repeat, and here we are in this lifetime meant to learn the karmic lessons and hopefully evolve from them. So I feel as though your ancestors are really kind of taking a front seat to how things are unfolding in your life right now, of how you are reacting and responding to these things. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. This is a past, present, future spread to see what is going on with Capricorn. Amazing. Spirit wants me to take the card at the bottom of the deck. King of Swords. Wow. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, King of Swords. Bottom of the deck cards are normally cards that I would attribute to what's kind of running in the background programming of your mind. What's in the subconscious level that is still very important, but something that is kind of riding under the surface. The King of Swords is a Gemini energy. Geminis are very infamously, I was going to say famously, but I want to say infamously, infamously known as the this and that are true contingent. Right? Geminis have this beautiful way of looking at the world and kind of looking at things from multiple perspectives. It is the nature, it is their twin nature. It's also interesting here that these two entities could also be interpreted as twins. I don't interpret this as a twin flame reading in any way, so just in case anybody was wondering. But in that sense, when you look at the this and that are true mentality, it can sometimes be frustrating to be around a person like that, because they don't necessarily pick a side. They just want to learn more. It's about the exploration and the curiosity of learning new things. And the King of Swords, by the time we reach the king in the tarot, any of the kings, they're really the leaders of their suit. The Swords suit is air energy, and it's the cerebral. It's facts and figures and truth and empiricism and objectivity, rationality. So there's this part of you that always wants to keep in mind what makes sense. What makes sense in this scenario? I don't know, when I did that just now, I don't know why, but I got a flash of Charlie Brown, the cartoon from Peanuts, Charlie Brown. Take that as it resonates. I have no idea what that's about. Charlie Brown just came up into my brain. So by the time we reach the king, it's somebody who is generally considered to be an expert in their field. Somebody very learned, somebody who's an authority figure. So somewhere running in the kind of background consciousness programming, you want to be respected and seen as an authority figure. You want to be, you want to reflect that authority as well with other people. It's very important to you. Even if on the outside, on the surface, there's a part of you that could be very nonchalant about it. Like, to outside people, you may seem unbothered, unfazed, like, whatever, I'm just doing my own thing. As Capricorns march to the beat of their own drum, they kind of just do their own thing. I've known so many Capricorns in my life, just so many coworkers, just so many. I've worked with so many Capricorns. They're workhorses. They work themselves into the ground. But I've known so many that march to the beat of their own drum. And they seem unfazed and unbothered on the outside. But like, I do think on the inside, there's this, you know, they want to be right. They know that in their minds, they know they're right. Capricorn, you know you're right. But it's important to you. And it's especially at this time, very important. So that's what the Spirit wanted to say about that. Also Charlie Brown, not sure. I mean, this is the thing about Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is like the antithesis of the King of Swords. If I had to, what tarot card would I attribute to Charlie Brown? I think Charlie Brown would be kind of like a Four of Cups. Four of Cups, and I don't know if this has to do with your reading, but I'm just going to say it because Spirit's bringing it to me. Four of Cups energy is very ho-hum. Four of Cups is somebody, when we're in that energy, we're very complacent. We're very, can be kind of bored sometimes, but just like, this is probably the best it's going to get. And it's good, but this is where we are. Ho-hum, right? So I see that card for some reason. I see the card, the specific card from the Light Seers Tarot in my mind's eye. So if it comes out, it will be very funny. But Charlie Brown is the antithesis of the King of Swords. So maybe that's what's going on right now, right? Maybe there's this inner drive within you to be the expert in your field, the authority, the king, the one on top. But maybe the external life for you is just like, it's like tired, fed up, bored, not wanting to be bothered to learn more. Like, how many more lessons do we need, Spirit? That kind of thing. So take it as it resonates. In the past position, you get the Four of Wands in the reverse. Sometimes they call that the 1111 card, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. So in the upright, thank you, Spirit. In the upright, these cards would talk about really motivated energies. The Four of Wands talks about celebration, the celebration of a firm foundation where we've placed our four wands in such a way in our life that we've created something that we can stand on, that we've created something that works in our favor and is, Spirit is saying, self-sustaining. So for example, it could be like a business. Maybe you are kind of a entrepreneur and you started your own business and you work from home, and it's just like slowly just taking off, and you're getting more orders or more recognition or whatever it is, and there's a place of celebration. And then the Page of Wands is curiosity. It's like, we're starting something new, we're excited, we're going. We don't know exactly where we're going, but we're just getting out there. We're putting our name out there. We're just, we're not too concerned with being perfect. We just want to put things out there in front of people and get motivated, get moving. These two cards are in reverse. So in the past energy, there could have been some stagnancy, some frustration, some false starts. And it could have been something you were really enthralled with to begin with. And then maybe you lost some steam, you lost some motivation along the way. I'm going to ask Spirit for a clarifier. Six of Pentacles in reverse. You could have been investing with somebody that dropped out. Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. This card you got in reverse. It's kind of like what you put into something you did not get in return. And it's caused a lot of frustration in your past energy. This could be talking about anything. A business, a relationship, a job. That you put something towards an effort and you did not get back what you thought you were going to get back. To that, Spirit, okay. So, I'm just delivering the message. Take it as it resonates, but Spirit is saying, how much did you actually put in? I'm not accusing you of anything, but Spirit just said, how much did you actually put in? Did you put in the full, because like now I see this card as kind of a little bit of, they're kind of, it's like their faces, see how, it's like their faces suddenly showed up. Like they're starting to see the light on their faces. It's like, the Capricorn, didn't we guide you? Didn't we warn you with the legacy that you were going to have to put in a little bit extra so that you could kind of overcome the lessons that we had to learn on your behalf, you know, so that you could thrive, right? So there's a little bit of like, a little bit of chiding energy. I don't really like it. I mean, I don't personally appreciate that energy, so I'm sure you're not appreciating it either. This is in the past. I just want to put it out there. This is the past energy. And maybe you're chiding yourself, you know, like maybe there were opportunities. Okay, so Spirit is showing me like when I was in grad school, and every time I procrastinated, I'm a huge procrastinator, or I was, with schoolwork. I did very well in school, like by the skin of my teeth. Like I don't know how I passed anything, but I always did things last minute. Such a procrastinator. And some of it had to do with imposter syndrome, so some of you might be feeling imposter syndrome. But every time I finished a project, like an hour before it was due, literally one time I finished a paper an hour before it was due, 7 a.m. I finished it at 6:10, and I ran to class. So those were the times when we had to hand it in person. I always, like, the later that day I reflect back on it, it was just like, I had so much more I could have said. I could have argued that point more, found more citations. I could have done better if only I hadn't procrastinated. If only I hadn't waited so long. I would have given myself more time. I could have done more. It would have been better. So I feel that energy a little bit. It's not that you're not doing well. It's just that there could be this feeling of you like, oh man, I could have put a little bit more into it. Why am I saying this, right? Because in the present energy, I see the 10 of Cups, a beautiful card of blissfulness, joy, love, happiness. There's like rainbows, frivolity. It's clarified by the Devil. Number 15, Capricorn energy. Capricorn, you showed up in your own reading. Now, this could just be representing you, Capricorn, looking at this blissfulness in your present tense or wanting this blissfulness, but I can never fully just say, oh, this is just a Capricorn energy because I'm reading for a Capricorn, because I don't feel that from the card. I feel the hang up from the past energy lingering in the present energy. I could have done more. But I got caught up. This web. I got caught up. Spirit just said caught up in other people's BS. Well, they didn't say BS. They said caught up in other people's situations. I say BS. Where your attention goes, where your attention goes, energy flows. And if your energy was flowing towards other people and other situations, and we weren't focusing on our own blissfulness. Devil energy is something we all go through, and it represents addiction, codependency, negative self-talk, cycles of repeat. What is this devil energy, Spirit? Can you please clarify? Wow. Justice, number 11. That's tremendously powerful. This is really powerful. The Justice card is Libra energy, and it talks about karma, karmic justice. It can also talk about legal matters, court cases, contracts, something having to do with the law. So take that as it resonates. It is in the upright, though, which is good, but it's coupled with the devil energy, which is not ideal. There's a little bit of struggle. You see how the sword is holding the balance here, and it's like this string energy is mimicking this energy. It's like if the devil was to lift his other hand, what would we have? What would be in the devil's other hand? This is you here. What's in the devil's other hand, right? This is kind of, I see this mirroring energy. The Justice card talks about having learned lessons, and Spirit just said, pay the Pied Piper. I don't know what that means. I kind of know what it means anecdotally, but like, I don't know the origin of that phrase, the Pied Piper. Well, now they're saying beg, wait, is it beg? Beg from Peter to pay Paul. Steal from Peter to pay Paul? I don't think it's steal. That's biblical. No, I mean, that's a biblical reference. So there's something here. It's like, I see things, it's like Spirit is giving me the phrase, it's passing through many hands. What is passing through many hands? It could be an object, it could be a thing, like a house, passed down from many hands. Many hands passed down. King of Swords can also be a judge or an attorney. These are two cards that are clarifying the Ten of Cups. So I feel as though in your present energy, there is something here that could be threatening your happiness, your livelihood. This is something you already know about. My hands just became very sweaty, very clammy. It's really gross. They don't usually get like that. Very clammy all of a sudden. All of a sudden. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't like it. Right, but the Spirit was saying pass from many hands. Always remember, right? The truth will out. It always does. The truth will be revealed no matter what side of the playing field you're on. The truth will out. Because Spirit is involved. Even if the devil is here, Spirit's still involved. Justice will prevail. That you can be assured. Karmic justice, energetic justice. A Brinks truck went by. If you're not familiar with that company, they are an armed car service. Those trucks carry money, and they go from business to business and collecting money for the bank or whatever. And it just drove by in front of my window. So this could have to do with money, protected money. Protecting money. It's very specific. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but feels very specific. In the future potential, Six of Swords in the reverse and the Moon. Six of Swords and the Moon. Moon is Pisces energy, number 18 of the major arcana. So the Six of Swords is moving from chaotic situations to calm situations, that we're lifting ourselves out and away from something that has caused us a lot of turbulence in our life. This is the card in the upright, the moving away aspect, but the card is in reverse. The Moon is a card of secrets, illusion, confusion, mysteries of the deep. But this card is in reverse. So this kind of message here for your future potential tells me that things will be illuminated as to why you could not move at the onset. Like if you're experiencing some stagnancy and it has to do with some legal matter or some karmic matter, the reason why will be revealed to you. So I just recently had this conversation with a work colleague that they didn't receive a promotion that they were looking forward to. And something else happened in their life. And I said to them, maybe there was a reason why you had to stay. Maybe there was a reason, because there was still some unfinished business that required your attention and your presence. And it didn't become illuminated until after the fact, where you can look back on it in hindsight and say, okay, I understand. Now, that's not necessarily a message that is positive to somebody who is looking to get a promotion, but at the same time, sometimes the divine requires our unique presence in places so that we can help others. And the divine will reward that, if we come from a place of compassion, right? And sometimes it's really hard to put other people first when we've been doing it constantly. But there could be a situation here. I'm not saying that's your situation, but I'm saying there's something, the reason why you could not move forward will be revealed to you, and then you will understand. Can you give me a hint, Spirit? The Emperor, number 4 of the major arcana, Aries energy. The Emperor is the divine masculine with the power of all 4 kings. Wow. Don't worry, Capricorn. You will reign supreme. This is your energy. Your power will become very clear to you. Like, I saw the Emperor. Like, when it flipped out of the deck, I was like relieved. I was relieved. I don't know what's going to happen when I flip these cards. Like, I'm just shuffling, right? It's like, don't worry. Things are under control. Things are under control. You will be in the driver's seat soon enough. What is advice from Spirit That was fast. Judgment in reverse. Spirit this is number 20 of the Major Arcana. Spirit is really asking you to look at the situation that is unfolding in front of you right now and ask yourself, how does it align or unalign with my calling, with my spiritual path? Right? Because I assume that if you're watching a tarot reading, then you subscribe to the idea that you have a calling. So if you know that you have a calling, how does this situation here hinder or encourage it? Right? Because the calling leads to this. Your calling always leads to this. But how you get to your calling is another situation. It's up to your judgment. It's up to your decision making. This is very powerful. I don't expect anything less from you, Capricorn, but there seems to be a little bit of strife that you have to sort out first. Don't worry, though, because they're surrounding you. They're with you. That's your reading, Capricorn. I hope that resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Capricorn.